So, hi everyone. Today I want to tell you about why you should have a pet. It has been estimated that over 63 of homes in the U.S. have a pet. It is also estimated that 87 to 97% of these homes consider their pet to be part of the family. So to begin with, I want to start talking about some history about pets and humans. So here I've kind of created like a little timeline with pictures. So the first would be right here, and scientists have found evidence that wolves were first attracted to early humans because they would scavenge for their leftover food. This caused them to be around humans more, and this eventually led humans to use them as to help hunt for food. Scientists believe that by having them in close proximity to humans, this eventually caused a sort of natural selection of domestication, hence early humans eventually made them pets. So next is all the way back to ancient Egypt. Humans began to have a cat, and to them the cats were considered to be property of the divine pharaohs. A law was set in place that the furry creatures were to be treated higher than humans, and any harm done to them could be punished by execution. An example of how serious they took the cats is if there was a fire in their home, no human was allowed to be saved until the cat was. In the 7th century China, so the next one, people started to feed fish in their ponds. This eventually led people to make ponds close to their homes, and then the people eventually brought fish inside their homes to keep them as pets. So then next would be in the 15 and the 1600s. Only the upper class and the kings and queens were able to have a pet, and this was because they had the ability to take care of them. During this time as well, people who had a cat were sometimes accused of witchcraft, and both the owner and the cat would be hanged if they were accused. And then next is towards the 1800s, so right here, more people were able to take care of animals. And during this time, like parakeets and like things of that were popular because they could sing, as the radio was not around at the time yet. And a fun fact is bird food was actually the first kind of pet food to be sold at stores. Then next would be the 1920s, which reptiles started becoming pets. And then followed by in the 1950s, females would wear their purses with like a dog as like a fashion statement. And then finally, in recent times, people are starting to have more exotic pets, like such as squirrels. So then before I get into the pros of having a pet, there are a few downsides. The first and probably the most obvious is some people have allergies or maybe just allergic. Secondly, having a pet takes some planning. An example of this is if you leave town, you'll have to find someone to watch your pet. If you can't find anyone, then you might have to take them to a pet hotel, and pet hotels can be expensive, which this ties into my next point, which is finances. In order to have a pet, it is important to be able to financially take care of it. From food, toys, and a place to sleep, this will all cost you. Also, if your pet is sick or you want to have them fixed, this will cost you as well, so vet bills. The last disadvantage is time commitment, as pets are very time consuming. Examples of this could be trying to house train your pet or even just spending time with it. Finally, here are all the reasons on why you should get a pet. So on the other side, just have some little things. So first, they will be a companion. If you feel alone or even are an elderly person who is by themselves, having a pet could help fill that void. Secondly, pets help lower your anxiety and depression. Scientists have found that just by petting your pet, it causes you to be less stressed immediately. There has also been studies that have found that having a pet lowers your cholesterol, blood pressure, and triglyceride levels, which in turn decreases your chance of having a stroke. Having a furry friend can also help strengthen your immune system by them bringing in a lot of dirt and bacteria to your house. This in return could help you get stronger. So scientists have shown that both adult and children that have pets are less likely to get sick as often as people who don't. Lastly, scientists have found that when humans and their furry friend make eye contact, it increases oxytocin in both of their brains, so that is why you and your pet get really happy when you guys see each other. So in conclusion, pets provide a lot of support both with your feelings and physical. They will always be happy to see you, and they will always love you with all your heart to the end. They add a lot of positivity to the quality of life. So with all that being said, how could you not want to have a pet? Thank you.